One ultra marathon, 2 marathons, 3 months. Let's give you a recap vlog. Let's go. Come on. Hello and welcome back to the channel. What a 3 months it's been, by the way. Well, literally just over a week and a half after the Edinburgh Marathon, and believe it or not, this is the first time I felt like running. It's not a nice feeling to not want to run, but that's why I'm here today, to give you a recap vlog on how I've been feeling, how the Edinburgh Marathon went, how the John Muir Ultra went, and also the Manchester Marathon. 3 completely different races. One thing I will say just quickly is that please, I do need your help. If you are watching this vlog, you did watch the Edinburgh Marathon vlog, then I do need your help. I need you to hit that little subscribe button. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely epic, but if everybody would just hit that little subscribe button, it would help the channel grow so massively and so quickly. I think we're sitting around 923 just now, so at the time of this vlog, whoa, that wee hill takes out you. It just shows how much marathon or marathons take it out of you, like body wise, because heart rate has just climbed to high 140s. Before I get into deep into the marathon chat, then what I just fill you in just briefly again on how I've been feeling the last week and a half. So after the marathon, like, I had no intentions of getting back out running. I knew in myself and my body it wasn't what I wanted to do. I was saying to Scott on that Edinburgh Marathon that I was mentally and physically exhausted with all the training, all the videos and work. Like, trying to do it all was just so hard, not to mention fitting family life as well. So many factors in there that you've got to take into account when you're planning like 3 months worth of races, one after the other. So yeah, that was the plan, like, just to not do anything, enjoy a couple of weeks of what I wanted to do until I really felt ready to run. Now, today is the first I've felt that I wanted to run, especially with, I was looking at how far away the Glasgow to Edinburgh Ultra is, and at the date of recording today, it's 18 weeks in 1 day. So if you are running it, we are on Thursday the 5th of June, I think it is. So definitely will start those training plans in the near future, or sometime very soon. For myself, might be looking at 12 to 15 weeks. But again, all that set aside, I wasn't factoring that in. So back to the last sort of 2 weeks. I've just been enjoying life, like, and I know this is a running vlog, but that's me being honest, because I think it's important to share the highs and lows and when you're really not feeling it, because so many people could be sharing that feeling with you. For me, decided to take on a bit of a new sport. Me and Grant have been doing a bit of paddle boarding on Loch Lomond. You might have seen if you follow us on Strava, the links just down below for Strava and Instagram. But again, no pressure. Getting the kids out when it was beautiful. I'm going to slow down because I am roasting. Getting the kids out when it's been really nice and just enjoying what Scotland has to offer. Such a different experience. Now, I know Gavin from Run Edinburgh actually asked on Strava, are we going to be seeing this in the channel? Would you like to see some paddleboard content? Would you like to see what goes into a day out paddleboarding? Then do let me know down in the comments below. So that moves us on to, let's just start with the Edinburgh Marathon, because let's face it, that's what most of you are here to see. Well, the run itself, we absolutely nailed it. We're up till about 18 miles, just going through that Gosford estate. That always takes its toll, and I'm always honest about that because there's no hiding the fact. Again, you'll see up with the overlays that it was 4 hours and 6 minutes, which again I was very, very pleased with, including sheltering from that hailstorm for like 30 seconds, which I've got a lot of praise for and get slagged a bit for, but who cares, because we still got it done, and that is the main thing. Take that attitude with you into your next race. If time isn't of the essence, then just go and enjoy yourself. Go and do what me and Scott did up until 20 miles. Nutrition wise, I used the SIS beta gels. Now it's going to go back to the same as what I always do in the marathon, every half an hour, so I alternate it with 40 gram SIS beta gel, and then on the next half an hour one salt tablet, because as you can see I have a tendency to sweat a fair bit, and then again on the half hour again, so every hour taking in one of those beta gels, and then towards the end as and when required. One thing I want to touch on between the Edinburgh Marathon and the Manchester Marathon, I wanted to do direct comparisons. So the direct comparison and difference just of travel between the two was like 4 hours from Glasgow down to Manchester roughly, which meant we were up at like 2 in the morning, which isn't ideal. Like, that definitely played a huge factor before we'd even started the race. Going on to nutrition, going by the thought that I knew it was going to be hot in Manchester, decided to really up the salt intake. Now I upped it that much. Now you can take 30 fast chews a day, 30, I'll say that clearly for you, 30 fast chews a day, I'm pretty sure by the guidelines. So taking 12 over the period of the race wasn't something I had an issue with. One thing I will say, I did take it at Edinburgh in 2023, but I hadn't took it prior to the Manchester Marathon, so it was all new to the system. Now, knowing it was going to be so hot, obviously decided to really up the electrolyte intake the night before as well, and on the drive down. So already before we kicked the ball in Manchester, as you've seen, it was a 5:19 I think it was. Already before we kicked the ball, my body was already screaming at me through tiredness, over nutrition, and it just left me having a very sore stomach. Now, I did use a training belt that I hadn't really trained with for Manchester, so the direct comparison between that and Edinburgh was I used the flip belt. Now, if you don't own a flip belt, definitely get one, because they're so much better than just generic belts that hold your gels, etc. They really are a very solid piece of kit, and they don't jiggle or bounce about, and I've not really had any issues with them in any race. I think they even have a wee clip for your car keys in them as well, so definitely go and check out Flip Belt, because that was the issue at Manchester also. I had that belt on and it just felt so tight in my stomach, and I thought, this is sore. And even getting to like, I think it was mile 11 or mile 12, I really started being sick, and it was pretty much a walk from then on in because I felt so ill. So that's a direct comparison between taking nutrition on properly, training with nutrition, which on the lead up to the Manchester Marathon, the weather was pretty poor, so I wasn't really training with electrolytes and salts. I just knew what worked for me before, and lo and behold, it didn't work again. So this is why it's important to do all this through your training runs. Now, I think that's all I wanted to say on those two marathons. In direct comparison, I might add, Manchester made for a hard day out, and Edinburgh, I just love that course now. Like, genuinely, hats off to the event organisers. Like, get a lot of criticism for different things, and even myself, back in 2022, I had a poor race, and I probably gave them a bit of stick, but now in reality it was my own fault for having such a bad race, for not preparing properly. So yeah, I definitely loved that. Now, going back onto the John Muir Way in March, now I've not done a direct recap vlog for any of these. I just thought it'd be good to compare them towards the end of the 3 marathon blocks, you could say. Again, it's been such a long time, it really has been tough. Going back to the John Muir Way then, what can we say? I thought I was ready for the John Muir Way. I definitely thought that I was going to go out, run like this, it was going to be a breeze. It definitely wasn't. The extra 5 miles somehow played a huge factor. Like, we could have ran an extra 5 miles on a week on Sunday, go to the Edinburgh Marathon, and still been finished in a comfortable 5 hours. Now, that's what the John Muir Way should have been. Again, can I really say nutrition? It was a hot day, so nutrition definitely played a part. There was lots of aid stations along the way. Again, do you know what I think the key thing was? Those SIS beta gels. They, for me, definitely think made the difference. They are that little bit more expensive though. Going back to that John Muir Way, if I'd trained properly with the beta gels, could I have took it comfortably and just knocked out the sub 6 hour or 5.5? I definitely think there's a huge factor there, because we were taking on food and stuff at the aid stations, cola, etc., but those gels hit differently. Now, just to be prepared for a long undulating way, you could say. Now, it's not too bad on the John Muir Way, but going round those fields towards the end, because it was hard packed and stuff, took its toll on the legs, the body, and I just felt like I couldn't run towards the end of it. Maybe marathon fitness wasn't there, maybe it wasn't as easy as what I thought it was going to be, but that's the reason why I done that race, was to learn to go into the Glasgow to Edinburgh Ultra knowing what it feels like to run a race under race conditions, might add, and how the body would feel when I got to those miles. Now though, I just need to learn to be able to push on when it gets hard, accept the lows for what they are, but accept the highs for what they are. Again, Glasgow to Edinburgh training will follow, so make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications, because that will be starting and coming very soon to the channel. So with all that being said, Edinburgh really was a fantastic day out, and it was really nice going there. If you haven't checked any of these vlogs out or the training series, then I will link them all down below in the description. Before we go, I just want to say a personal thank you to my family and friends for supporting me through this journey. It's so great to have such amazing support round about you, and also to you, the viewer, because you've made Running with Stephen what it is today. You've shown me that it's worthwhile doing what I do and being honest with you guys, because there's so many people, like I said earlier in this video, there's so many people out there struggling with runs, struggling juggling life, struggling just training, etc. So knowing that there's someone else out there that this is normal, you guys the viewers taught me that life can be hard. We've just got to keep digging deep and getting it done. Just quickly before we go, I wanted to give you a little rundown just on how the body is feeling. That lovely rain is coming on, nice Scottish rain. Wanted to give you a little rundown of how my body is actually feeling now. I'll put this one up here. It won't be anything too extravagant, but one thing I will say is I was maybe nursing some little niggles. Doing the paddleboarding and stuff, I could also feel the sort of effects of that on the legs still. I even took the kids swimming on Saturday, and again still felt very much the same. The legs just felt tired and fatigued. Now that's to be expected after a week after the Edinburgh Marathon. Now normally I don't feel as bad. I think that's why I was pretty much surprised. Normally I'm eager to get back out, but like I say, I wasn't pushing it this time. I was just taking my time and getting it done. Ankles are feeling a little tender. Like, I don't know, again, could be the paddleboarding, could be the West Highland Way run before the Edinburgh Marathon. Again, just like sort of near the Achilles, and I don't know if it was just the Achilles have just been overstretched on the paddleboard, or again it's just build up of fatigue over the past 2 weeks from running the marathon. I can definitely feel a little tightness in there sometimes as well. I feel like I'm moaning, but it's good to share with you guys exactly what my thought processes are. Like I said earlier in the video there, like my ankles, I've got a slight pain in them. Now when I say slight, I can just feel it sometimes. Now I don't know if it's because I haven't been running, which is weird, but also I had a back issue last week, and I don't know if it's because I hadn't run. Now before I started running, my back used to get very sore at the base, but ever since I started running, then it seems to have loosened off, and it doesn't give me any aches or pains anymore unless I don't run. Now I said I don't run there because any period of rest, it seems to do that to me. So that's my grumps and my groans out of the way. I'm glad I actually left that till later on in the video, and I should have probably turned the video off. So hopefully we will get back to some sort of normality in training. Now next weekend, Saturday 15th I believe it is, we have Sunday, we have the Pretty Mudder Kids. Now if you've not seen that, the kids done the cancer research Pretty Muddy in 2023. They absolutely loved it. We had the drone out, And to be honest, that video still does well to this day, so I will link that just down there also. There's going to be several links in this video, but it's just good to give you guys a catch up of what to expect next, what's been happening, and like the next video coming out, well, we'll probably do a West Highland Way run in the next few weeks also, just before the kids break up. That will be another special addition to the West Highland Way training series. So, with that being said, let's wrap the video up there. Let's go get this run done, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks very much for joining us today. Let's go.